Alright, hey guys, so we're gonna do some more of this tic-tac-toe business. So clearly it's really terrible with all this white business. So we're gonna create a new file. So make sure you save it in the same spot so this guy can access this file. So you can name it whatever you want as long as it's .css. Now, we already linked it all up. As long as you named it what you named it last time, of course. Now what you can do is call the body, because the body was a tag inside of our HTML, right? And you can tell it to say, hey, be a background color. Or you can do an image, that's more complicated. But so right now we're just going to do color. It's not that complicated, but if you've never done this stuff before, I'm going to do cornflower blue. Because you can do anything. If you can Google like CSS colors and they'll all pop up. It's like a lot of different colors you can do. So if I reload, there we go. Now I got color, because that is less terrible. So now we're gonna go in here, and you can even call the H1, and you can be like, you don't say background color, just say color. Actually, well, that's not spell color. So if I say red, right? Oh, remember your semicolons; those are important. At the end of the line, you gotta do a colon. This is the syntax for CSS, because this is CSS, right? And this is HTML. Great. Fantastic. So click here. Boom. Worked. You can even change the font if you want. You just do like font family. You do all this stuff. You can Google it really quick, and like it all pops up like immediately. So it's not that hard if you just want to do some HTML stuff. Like you're just like HTML font styles, right? And then you get all these different things you can change, and they tell you exactly how to do it and add it in your code, and it's really easy. It's really nice. Anyway, I don't like the red, so I'm gonna go to white. Alright, so now we got some CSS in here, and what do we need now? We need our tic-tac-toe board. That's what we need. Alright, so underneath the title, obviously, that's where we should put it. So you know how I had that little message where it was telling them whose turn it was? That's what we also need to put in there before we put the board, because the website reads one line before the next line, therefore loading one thing before another. Therefore, it's important who you put first, because then he will appear before the other objects on the website. For example, we put this first because we want the title to go all the way on the top. Next, we want to say whose turn it is. So I'm going to use a p tag, which is just like paragraph text, basically, if you want to know what it is. And I'm going to give it an ID, which you can do to specify that he has a specific name, since we could like technically call it p tag, right? And it would reference every p tag on that website. But if you only want to specifically do one person, then you would give it an ID, and we can call it with that ID in the CSS or even the JavaScript. So I'm going to give him an ID for the message, even though technically we don't have any other paragraph tags right now. And close it, and whatever I put in between the opening and closing will display on the website, right? So I'm going to go and do my closing p tag, and in between I'm going to say, so X goes first, since that's the default text I want. Because X usually goes first, so when does X not go first? X goes first. So that by default will automatically show up. Now it's kind of tiny, so I can go in here. Now because it was an ID, I have to be like this with a hashtag shift3, and then we're going to say I called him message. So then I'm going to tell him to be font size, let's see, 15 points, right? So there's a Word document, always PT for point size. That's how you do it with text. So PT stands for point size. Make sure you're always saving your CSS and your HTML files, otherwise when you reload the website, it won't matter. There we go. So it's a little bit bigger. I don't want it bigger than the title because that would be stupid. Alright, so now we've done some CSS, we've done some more IDs and stuff, so I'm going to cut it out here, and see you next time.